My hair is like, it's pretty, oh my goodness. See, I even be catching myself off guard with my hair length, y'all. My hair has just been growing and growing. Clearly, whatever I'm doing isn't really working. So yeah, if your hair is not growing past your shoulders, then this video is probably for you. Hey guys, it's your girl Imani Simone, and welcome back to my channel. So we're gonna pretty much hop into this. In this video, I'm gonna be telling y'all how I grew my hair fast in 1 year, and therefore some tips on how you can be growing your hair faster if you think your hair isn't growing. So if you're interested, just keep on watching. All right, so the first thing that I did that I feel like helped grow my hair fast in the 1 year or 15-month time span is scalp massaging. So I feel like scalp massages are probably underrated, but I really feel like they work because number one, the science already says that it increases blood flow to your scalp and therefore promotes hair growth. But I feel like it actually does work. So for example, during the year 2020, like the first half of 2020, I think my hair in the front especially was growing super fast. And I really have a feeling it's from scalp massages because I know that I would kind of absent-mindedly kind of massage the front of my hair a lot because it was just easier access. I feel like I can access my scalp better in the front than in the back, I guess because it's kind of thicker back there. I don't know, but yeah, so I was looking at something. I was like, why does my hair look short in the front there and now it's so long now? So I don't know if y'all have noticed in previous videos, my hair in the front is pretty long. So I really feel like it was from me kind of absent-mindedly massaging my scalp in the front. But yeah, and besides that anyway, I was massaging my whole scalp like pretty seriously. Like I was doing it probably daily, if not every other day. So yeah, if you feel like your hair is not growing or you want to kind of try to maximize your growth potential, I would say incorporate scalp massages. Better yet, you can do this without oils, but if you want to kind of amp up the tension, you can use oils and like essential oils that also help to promote growth. So to keep it nice and budget friendly for y'all, I recommend just getting 1 carrier oil and like 2 or 3 essential oils. I will have some oils and essential oils linked down below. I recommend getting either almond or castor oil as your carrier, and then you can use like peppermint essential oil or tea tree essential oil or eucalyptus. Those are 3 that I would recommend to put in a carrier oil and use on your scalp for hair growth, y'all. So yeah, like I said, all that's gonna be listed down below. I got y'all. The next thing that I did that I feel like really helped grow my hair pretty fast were protective styles. So like during the first half of 2020, I was doing nothing but like mini twists. Like I would put them in, and by the time I take them out, I'm probably putting them in again. And I feel like naturally protective styles can help grow your hair just because you're not doing anything to it. You're not manipulating the strands like loose hair and it's just all nice and tucked away, and having your hair twisted up already can help retain moisture anyway. So you have the retaining moisture aspect, and then just the fact that you're not manipulating your hair in the same way that you would with like your loose hair. And I will also say with protective styling, it's not necessary, but I feel like it can be very beneficial, especially if you feel like, okay, I've done all I can. Why is my hair not growing? Why is it not growing fast? Maybe you need to tuck it away for a period of time, you know, and still make sure you're taking care of your hair. You need to be very careful with how you go about protective styling. You know, you still need to take care of your hair. Like for example, if you're going to wear wigs, you still need to protect your hair underneath. You need to be moisturizing it and doing all that good stuff. So that is one thing that can be kind of iffy about protective styles, is that they can easily do more harm than good to your hair if you're not being mindful of the fact that you still have to take care of your natural hair underneath. And you also have to keep in mind that not all protective styles are meant for everybody. So if you know you have fine strands that cannot take being braided down, then don't do them. Like I know for me, I actually wore box braids and like crochet braids and stuff a lot. My hair could take it. I didn't experience any like excessive breakage or damage from it, even getting them all the time like back to back. I wasn't even really letting my hair rest in between the crochets or box braids, and my hair was fine. So you just have to know what your hair can take and pay attention to your hair. If you see that your hair is breaking off at the edges and you know you just got some box braids or something like that, then stop getting them. Or vice versa, maybe braids are better, maybe twists are better. You need to be mindful of your edges. You know, if you have edges that you know are very fragile, you probably don't want to get certain protective styles, or you don't want to have fake hair attached to your hair and thus weighing your hair down. You know, you just really need to kind of play around with what protective styles work best for you. Or like I said, they're not necessarily needed, so maybe don't use them. But I feel like for me, protective styles did help a lot in the growth of my hair, or more so the length retention in my hair. So the next thing that's important with growing your hair / retaining length and everything like that is wrapping your hair. So you want to use either a bonnet, a silk scarf, or if you really do not like having things on your head at night when you sleep, get a satin pillowcase. I'll link one down below. It's really easy. At the very least, you need some type of silk or satin in your life, okay? Don't just be going down and laying down on your cotton pillowcase. I hope people aren't still doing that, but if you are, check my description box and get you a satin pillowcase. And they're not even expensive, y'all. Y'all need to spend a lot of money on those silk satin pillowcase. Like, you can probably spend $10 or less on a silk pillowcase. So yeah, you need to really keep that in mind. And also piggybacking on wrapping your hair / how you sleep at night, I think it's also important to sleep with your hair as loose as possible. So don't sleep with like tight buns and tight ponytails. Let your hair loose at night. Of course, wrap it or have your satin pillowcase, but make sure that there's no tension in your hair at night, if that makes sense. So another thing that I feel like, you know, help towards growing my hair fast and that can help you towards growing your hair and retaining your length is deep conditioning your hair after every wash. So I'm not saying that you have to deep condition weekly. If you don't wash your hair weekly, then you may not need to deep condition weekly, but at the very least, make sure you're deep conditioning after every wash. I've actually been hearing lately for like the first time this year that some stylists are saying that deep conditioning is not necessary. In my opinion, I mean, I don't really know how I feel about that. I feel like it can't hurt. If anything, I'm not going to shampoo my hair and then not deep condition. Like, sure, you can shampoo and then condition, but I feel like for natural hair textures or maybe hair that's prone to being dry, at the very least, definitely need to be deep conditioning. Or if you're color treated, you need to be deep conditioning. I feel like it does not hurt for everybody to deep condition every time you shampoo. That's all I'm gonna say. So deep condition your hair. It's not gonna hurt. If anything, it's gonna help. And at the very least, it can help maintain the health of your hair. So yeah, deep condition your hair. The next thing that's important with growing your hair fast and everything like that is cleansing your scalp. So I know some of y'all like to co-wash. That's cool and all, but you need to be cleansing your scalp. And I'm gonna tell you why. So if you're only using co-washes, right, you're gonna have buildup on your scalp regardless, okay? So that stuff is just gonna keep building up and building up, and then your follicles, they're gonna be blocked. You're gonna hinder your hair growth by not cleansing your scalp. Like imagine my hand is my scalp, okay? And imagine these like spaces are like the follicles, okay? So if you have all this buildup, right, it's gonna clog your follicles. It's gonna clog everything, right? And then you have this hair underneath that's trying to grow. This is gonna be how it goes. You know, it's trying to grow through, but it can't because the follicles are blocked. So yeah, I definitely feel like you can hinder your hair growth if you're not cleansing your scalp. I don't think that we should be that scared of shampoo drying out our hair to the point where we're not using it like we should. So shampoo your scalp, cleanse your scalp. You might be hindering your hair growth because you're not cleaning your scalp. And like at the very least, I would say once a month, make sure you're clarifying. So if you don't use a lot of products on your hair, you don't need to be clarifying your scalp every week. But if you do use a lot of stuff on your hair, maybe you need to clarify every other week. But at the very least, if you kind of use like a regular amount of product on your hair and scalp, or you know, your scalp is not super oily all the time, just clarify once a month. And I feel like that's kind of like a good rule of thumb. The next thing that I know helped to grow my hair, or more so retain length better, was trimming my ends. So you don't always have to go to a stylist to trim your hair, but I think it's good to do it at least once or twice a year. But while you're not at the salon, at the very least, dust your own ends at home. If you feel like your ends are raggedy, feel like they're frayed, they're dry, you have single strand knots, you can see split ends, go ahead and cut them. Get you some good hair shears. Don't just use some regular kitchen or craft scissors. I will actually link the shears that I use down below. You know, they don't have to be super expensive, but you just do not want to be using regular scissors. But yeah, just look at your ends every once in a while. You see a single strand knot, cut it. You see a split end, cut it. Cut it right then and there. There's no point in waiting until your regularly scheduled trim or whatever. Look at your ends frequently. I look at my ends frequently, and if I see like it's looking a type of way, I'll go ahead and dust it. But like the whole maintaining a schedule of trimming or whatever, I think that's good as a guide, but don't wait too long. So for example, say if you trim your hair every 8 weeks or every 2 months, that's cool, that's a nice guide and all, but I'm gonna tell you why scheduling is not always the best. So you could be doing your hair, and maybe at week 4 or a month 1, your ends need to be trimmed, but you don't want to trim them because it's not time to trim yet, or you're not paying attention to your hair because you think it's not time to trim yet. Well, by the time month 2/week 8 does come along, now your ends are even worse, and maybe you have to cut even more off. Or on the other hand, you could have been doing really good up until that week 8 of your scheduled trim, and you still feel like you need to trim your hair because it's that time. Maybe your ends don't need to be trimmed at that time. Maybe at that point you're just cutting off good healthy hair. So that's why, you know, scheduling is not really a good thing to adhere to. It's good as a guide, but don't just be limited to, oh, I only trim my hair every so often, so I'm only gonna look at / trim my hair every so often. Like, I have a general guide of 2 months, but I still, well, like I said, I will dust my ends in between as necessary. So y'all need to be doing the same if you want to be, you know, retaining your length and growing your hair and everything like that. So another thing that I feel like helped to grow my hair is pre-pooing. Now, especially if you have a lot of hair and you have tangle prone hair and long hair, I feel like pre-pooing can really just save your life. Like, say if you went like 2 weeks without washing your hair is dry, your hair is matted, you got tangles galore, and then you just go straight into the shower and start shampooing. No, that's gonna make it worse, right? So get you a pre-poo or even a conditioner and really just take the time to remove those tangles and remove as much shed hair as possible. It will definitely save you time in the shower. Now granted, it takes me a long time to pre-poo my hair because I have a lot of it, and I just really want to make sure I'm taking the time to get as much shed hair out as I can, and then, you know, just getting as much tangles out as I can, because I will really be in the shower all day if I do not pre-poo. So yeah, I will link a pre-poo down below for y'all to try out. Or if you don't want to buy a pre-poo, like I said, you can use a conditioner. I don't use conditioners as much now, like as far as conditioning, but if I have a conditioner laying around, I will use that as a pre-poo. Like, it literally does not matter. You can use pre-poo, like African Pride pre-poo. You can use cheap conditioner. Just like, use something, y'all. Take that time before you hop in that shower or sink and shampoo your hair. Take the time to pre-poo. It'll make your life a lot easier. All right, y'all, so that was by no means an exhaustive list, because there are still plenty more tips I can give y'all for growing your hair. So if you guys want a part 2, like this video and let me know in the comments down below. And I got y'all. Also, comment down below if y'all do any of these things now, if y'all don't do any of these things now and maybe are now going to incorporate them, and let me know how that goes for y'all. My hair is like, is pretty, oh my goodness. See, I even be catching myself off guard with my hair length, y'all. But yeah, my hair is pretty long. My hair has just been growing and growing. My hair is even longer than it was in that after picture that you see in the thumbnail. So yeah, clearly whatever I'm doing is really working. So yeah, I know y'all gonna want that part 2. So just let me know, because I got some more tips and tricks for y'all, so y'all can get that length, get the luscious length. Okay, y'all, but anyways, that is pretty much it for this video. Like I said, don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you have not already, especially if you want a part 2. You want to make sure you are already subscribed down below, and also let me know in the comments what other videos you guys want to see from me. But until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.